Okay, we'll call this meeting to order between Western Lane Fire and EMS Authority, Sipsel Valley Fire and Rescue, and Western Lane Ambulance District. You rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mary, can you do roll call, please?
SVFR directors, Director Heppel,
Present.
Director Polisi,
Present.
Director Mendolia,
Present.
Director Spade,
Here.
Director Burns,
Yes.
Western Ambulance District, Director WLAD,
Here.
Director Buss,
Here.
Director Russell,
Here.
Director.
Here.
Director. Director WLAD,
Here.
Director Polisi,
Here.
Director Spade.
Here. There should be four.
The other one's Murphy.
Oh, there's Murphy's, okay. Okay. Now we need to go into, so we have forms for all agencies. We need to elect officers. We'll start off with SVFR. We're electing president, vice president, and secretary treasurer. Are there nominations for president?
Nominate Alan Burns.
Director Burns.
Sure.
All in favor of Director Burns president, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, vice president.
I nominate Jim Polisi.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but yeah, sure.
You don't have a choice, it's fine.
Well, we still got to vote on it. All in favor of Jim Polisi as vice president, say aye.
Aye.
Secretary treasurer. I need a nomination.
Lori Heppel.
Lori Heppel. All in favor of Lori as secretary treasurer, say aye.
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 That's what got you problems, Jim, when you said aye so loud after that.
Aye.
Okay, Western Lane Ambulance District. We need nominations for president.
I'd nominate Cindy Russell.
All in favor of Cindy Russell, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
You didn't ask for a
Vice president.
Since Vanessa did such a good job last month, I'd nominate Vanessa Buss.
All in favor?
I'll second.
Aye. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, secretary treasurer.
I'll nominate John Murphy since he's not here.
Murphy. Okay, all in favor of John Murphy as secretary treasurer, say
Aye.
Okay, now the interesting one. So this is for WLFEA. All 10 directors are on the board of the WLFEA board. So all 10 are eligible to be an officer
I nominate Mike Webb
for
president.
president. Are there any other nominations? Okay, all in favor of Mike Webb as president of WLFEA, say aye.
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 Okay. Vice president.
I would nominate
I-
John. Go ahead, Jeff.
I was gonna nominate Lori Heppel. Uh-oh.
I don't know how much I can take on at this time. Maybe
Okay.
the next time it comes up.
What about Jim?
Okay.
Nominate Jim Polisi.
I second that.
Are you willing to do it, Jim?
Sure. I
Okay.
can, I'll do it.
All in favor of Jim Polisi as vice president, say aye.
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 Okay, secretary treasurer.
Might as well keep John Murphy in that position, since he's on that position.
He does, okay. All in favor of John Murphy as secretary treasurer, say aye.
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 Okay. Did you get all those, Mary? Awesome.
We know how that works.
Public comment, do you have any public comments, Dina?
No public comments tonight, Chief.
Okay, so moving on to the consent agenda. Would anybody like anything taken out of the consent agenda for discussion? Hearing none, consent agenda as printed is adopted. Monthly financials.
Chief, I actually forgot to put the call volume on the agenda. Do we want to address that? My apologies.
We didn't know if Matt was going to be here.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I believe that all that information is in the consent agenda.
We can quiz him next week or next month.
Okay. All right. So moving on then to the financials. In your board packets, I gave you a financial end of fiscal year financial report. I just basically summarized the income and expenses for all three entities. Basically, everything came in really good. Western Lane income, we got a lot more transport fees than we budgeted for. And like I said, all the expenses came in under budget. And there were some changes in the capital outlays with actually not doing any work to Herman Peak, no upgrades to Herman Peak, but in both districts, we used that money for, in Western Lane, we purchased some devices, and in Sayusla Valley, we purchased quite a few things, hearing protection, battery operated extrication tools, and etc. One thing I did want to mention and bring up to the board, we are seeing a decrease in the LifeMed subscriptions over the last 4 years. They've kind of been on the decline. We are looking at other avenues of advertising for LifeMed. And we just had a banner made that we can put out at certain public events, and we've got some brochure holders to where we can try to get the word out. But if anyone has any additional input or ideas for us to pursue to get LifeMed subscriptions back up to a higher level, we'd be sure interested in hearing about that. And the other thing I wanted to
Just a
address.
second, Dan. Just a second.
Okay.
Dina, I have a question on LifeMed. For a period of time, we can only put in the pay our dues or subscription for a period, certain time of the year. Is it what I hear open all year round now?
It's always, anybody can sign up year round. It's just that we do the renewal campaign in June to be effective July 1.
I always paid in June, July, because I always thought you only could pay it in June or July.
No, we have people call us year round, like in December, like people who just moved here, who just heard about it. But it's still $65 if they sign up in December or March. We have done an additional, like if they sign up in May, since we're getting so close to renewal, if they pay $75, they're good for those couple of months plus the coming year. But anybody can sign up any time of year. But it is $65 anytime for that.
Then that might be an idea, because for me, I always thought it was just during that period of time that I could do it.
So your point being that we could do a more robust advertising campaign around the calendar. Yeah, I agree. We should.
Christmas presents.
Yeah, there you
How
go.
about an informational item in the newspaper about that that Alan just talked about? There's a lot of people might not even know that.
I think we do. I mean, but typically it's just at one time a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we in the real estate offices with the information so that when new people
That's
buy
a
a
good
house,
idea.
like a Florence packet? I don't know if they, I never got one, but apparently they do one.
And we're advertising this year at the Rotary Golf Tournament. We had a lot of people there. So.
Perfect. A lot of people need it.
Help after the
Maybe
game.
we could leave some information to Boys and Girls Club.
So Director Police.
We'll post anything.
I'm hearing a wave. I see Matt's hand.
Jim?
Oh, Matt.
Yeah, no, I my question was kind of answered, and I know it's been put up on the message board out in front of the firehouse, which is a great location. But I'm just curious, is it legal, for example, that if people sign up and then the following year we do a lottery and say 10 people's names get picked, they're still on LifeMed, but they don't have to pay the $65? Is that a legal thing to do or not? Kind of like a lottery of a free year.
I have to run that by our attorney, but I don't think that would be an issue. I think we can give away memberships
Okay.
as an incentive.
It's kind of a, yeah, an incentive. That's all.
Matt, you wanted to say something?
Is that for me?
Yeah,
You're the only man.
Okay. One of the thoughts that I had as we're talking about it is maybe like a semi-annual, every 6 months, do another like small campaign to capture, and then try to get some more memberships up that way.
yep, good idea.
And we have, we just had a sign made. It's like 3 by 6 or a large sign. We're going to be posting up around the community, I think. They have flyers, and we're trying to advertise it.
All right, great. Thank you, everybody. Those are good ideas. We'll jot those down and get the word out a little bit more. I
Hey,
also have,
Dina,
yeah,
very quickly, do you have like an automated, like just sign up every year, or does people have to fill that form out every year? Is there something that you could do maybe to retain membership through that way?
as far as I know, they have to sign up each year because so many things change. It's for the household, and sometimes their household members change. And it's just really a good way for us to keep their address correct and their information up to date. So I hear what you're saying, and if there is a way we could make it easier for people, we sure want to entertain that. But at the same time, we have to make sure that we've got all their information correct and updated.
We should make sure that on the bulletin board in the post office, there's something there all the time.
Yeah,
Because I see a lot of people in there just standing and reading everything that's on their screens.
Yeah, that's good.
another thing I wanted to bring up to the board is in the past, we've done a customized LifeMed analysis report. This was originated by one of our previous directors on Western Lane Ambulance. And it's a good report, but it really only tells a true story at the end of the year when we're taking the write-off, what we think are the write-off amounts compared to the expenses that we spent compared to the income we've brought in. And last month in your board packet was that report, and we were doing it from June through May. So it's not in your packet this month, but it was last month. And it showed that we were about 33,000 in the hole, but some of that, I'd say half of that was we used LifeMed funds for the Terrell Group campaign, and also with revenues being down. So that said, if revenues were up, I think we would be able to break even on LifeMed. But that customized report, I don't really see a value for the board in these off months when the numbers are just so extremely different. So I'd like your input. I would be happy to provide it if you want me to each month. But if you want me to wait till the end of the year and do it annually in May, where it really shows the bottom line, that's fine too.
I think the annual at the end of the month, in May is enough. I don't see the need for it monthly.
Does everybody else agree?
Looks like everybody's in agreement.
Yep.
Sounds good. And then one last thing, if Directors Mendolia and Director Holbrook, Mary has the signature cards for Oregon Pacific Bank. You're the only two directors that haven't signed those yet. So if you could do that tonight, I'd really appreciate it.
Dina, I had one question on the balance sheet.
Okay,
Just to The cash in bank is, we have not written a check yet to PERS, correct?
That was written this week.
So it
So
doesn't reflect.
you will not see it on the June financials. You will see it next month.
Thank you.
LifeNet's a state program, and pretty much everybody charges $65. So it'd be tough for us to raise our price as compared to everybody else.
How many people actually understand that whole procedure for life? And I've talked to people about it, and they didn't understand it. They didn't know why it was an additional thing. That's why they think the ambulance is the ambulance, and the ambulance is gonna take care of it. And they don't know that there's that hole there, and that's proves that.
I think you have to know if there is
So
like
many
a
people don't
copay or out-of-pocket expenses for an ambulance.
So many people don't know that.
Yeah.
Chief. It's- I
I
don't
mean, it
know.
varies with your insurance company and things like that, but no, I think we can get the word out better on that as well. Yeah.
Any other questions on the financials? Thank you very much.
A new business. So we're just in the process, now that we have our strategic plan, we want to start looking at our facilities. Are the facilities we have, are they adequate for the future? Do we need to change things? This property across the street, do we want to do something with that? I'm sort of thinking it'd be nice to have our admin building there and then change our offices now to bedrooms. But that's something that's going to have to be looked at by the board as a committee. So we're looking for a couple board members to help us with that, to look at. We've received some proposals from various companies that do feasibility studies on stations like this. And just to be able to bring something then to the entire board and say, yeah, we want to hire this company to help us with the feasibility analysis. Typically, as part of the strategic plan, we didn't do it this time, but I think it's something we need to do. We have a lot of fire stations that we don't use at all. I'm not saying that we need to get rid of them, but what could we use them for in the future? Right now, it's pretty much just storage. So I'm looking for some board members. It's limited to maximum of 2 from each side. Otherwise, we have a public meeting. So who would like to be on that committee? Okay, Sam and Alan.
I'd be happy to.
Go with John Murphy.
Murphy.
Well, it's good because he's on
They'll never
planning
miss
commission
another
and stuff like that.
I'll do it.
That's right.
Thank you, Jim.
We already have 2 from SVFR, Jim.
Okay. All right, then, that's fine. Good. Well, no, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I'll be
everything we
substitute.
brought back. So, good. Okay, and then at the very end of your packet, you'll see the meeting dates for this fiscal year, 22-23. Typically, we move up, so we're not the last Thursday in November, correct, Dina? In November, we're moving up to the 3rd.
Right, November and December are the 3rd Thursday of the month to avoid the holidays. And I just want to throw something out there is years ago, Western Lane Ambulance did their board meetings at noon during the noon hour on the 4th Thursday of the month, and we provided lunch. Would there be any consideration to moving board meetings to during the business day, or would it be best to keep them in the evening?
Evening.
Evening.
Okay.
But I have a question.
Yes.
Did I miss a meeting last Friday?
Um,
That's for next year.
It says 2020, July 22nd, 2022.
Oh.
That should be the
23 and
28th.
24.
That should be the 28th.
Okay.
So.
I was gone for that.
Shit.
You weren't there? You weren't there?
There was no form.
There was no
So
quorum.
we need to change that on the list, Dina.
What's
Change
the
it to
error?
First meeting for fiscal year 22.
Oh,
I
sorry.
missed it.
If this is 22, so it would be 23, wouldn't it?
Starts July
Oh.
1, so yeah. So this meeting is not on that list.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll change that. Sorry.
So we're looking for a motion and a second to approve the meeting dates as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Never get in there.
Did we have a call?
Give that to Alan. One from each side, sorry. All in favor of the meeting date, say aye.
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 Okay, director comments. Any directors would like to say something?
Did you see it in my face? So we had a day at the park for Boys and Girls Club last week, I believe, on a Friday. And we had lots of EMS and fire people show up and play baseball with the kids. And they absolutely loved it. So I just want to thank the teams. I mean, that was just really amazing. They were out there for hours. We had a barbecue. They hung out and played with the kids, and it was.
Who liked it better, the fire and the
I think-
EMS or the
And
kids?
the police were out there too. So the EMS were having a hoot. They were cutting those kids no slack. So we were grateful for that. That was pretty cool.
Other directors.
Director Polisi has his hand up.
Jim.
Yes, hi. Hey, Vanessa, are any of these kids that participate in the Boys and Girls Club, are any of them interested in public safety where we could start a program with them? And that just doesn't mean fire EMS, but it could also mean law enforcement.
We are doing that. So we have safety lessons every
Oh,
week.
great.
Law enforcement, it's the parks, it's fire, it's EMS, it's PUD. And that is what we do every year during the summer program. So it's pretty fantastic. If there's anything we could add though, open to ideas of what we may not be doing that we could be.
Well, yeah, like a junior fire academy, junior EMS academy.
It was about, so you guys.
Start cultivating them at a younger age is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, I think the academy, the police academy, we would love to do those types of things. That was a big hit too. If we did something like that, absolutely.
Kind of like what you're doing with the aviation.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So I sent an email to Vanessa for his notifications. You probably haven't got to you.
no, I think it was.
Maybe it's.
Put it on my junk mail?
Western Lane, yeah.
Chief,
I'd like to do a fire EMS academy like they do for aviation. Yeah, go ahead.
I know that a lot of departments started this, my old department did, and every year we had a 1-week junior fire academy. And actually the kids got mentored. They were given a mentor firefighter paramedic to work with them. And there was kind of a one-on-one. And I know for a fact that several of these kids from years past became full-fledged firefighter paramedics with many departments. And I know our staffing level is at a, I don't want to say critical stage, but I don't want to add more on top of it, but I think it would be something to look into to start a mentor program for those young girls and boys that are interested in this kind of a career. I know it's kind of hard, but if we can work with the school districts to even kind of open up to a, I guess it used to be called a ROPE program, regional occupational program. It was started for the junior high and high school kids. And I know that there are monies available out there through the grants to get some kind of an involvement. I mean, it's something worthwhile to explore, and I'm even willing to, help dig into it.
Sounds like you want to make a committee of.
Well, kind of, because, there is a problem with recruitment globally. It's just not here. It's everywhere.
I think it's a great idea.
And the only way is to really, like I've said in the past, is to cultivate our own. Start getting kids, I don't want to say away from other things, but into public safety. And it can open up a lot of doors. Some children may want to go into medicine. Some may want to go into law enforcement. I mean, you got to help them. That's all I'm saying. And I think it's something to look into.
And Jim, I just want to share too, so the grant work on our side, so we have a grant writer, and we had a grant recently, and I came and talked to Chief and MCR about collaborating and utilizing behavioral or mental health services, which we don't
Great.
have in our community, and our children definitely don't have those services. So we incorporated MCR into our grant that we just put out and asking for that whole position to be paid to spend time with our kiddos. So that would be another thing. I'm happy, a great conversation and collaborating with fire and or EMS around grant work so we can work together. And we have a grant writer. So if you find
Perfect.
something out there that we can utilize, I can stick her on it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I add to this?
No, you're not a director.
Nope.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
He's got a timeline.
we are working on it. We lost the Health Occupation Students of America program at the high school, but we are reinstituting it, getting back into the high school. And then we've also been in contact with the Boy Scouts of America and reinstituting an Explorer program.
Don't forget about me, Matt.
What's that?
Don't forget about that Boys and Girls Club.
No, it was.
Yeah, I'm teasing you.
Okay. Any other directors? Nobody else, okay. Our next meeting is August 25th at 6 p.m. See you there. Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.